Hey everybody, going to go over another one of our frequently asked questions that comes up, something it's January the 7th, 2018. This is something that comes up currently because we have two homes that were demolished off of Kilchurn, and people ask regularly what's going to happen with those properties. Here's the short answer. The properties went through a the properties went through a process where they were going through a lawsuit. Properties settled in their lawsuit. Part of the settlement was that the Glen Owners Association would release them from their dues that they owe on the property, and the fact that they owe the taxes and stuff. So they wanted to get out of all that. So we told them that yes, as part of the settlement, if they turn the properties over to us, we would take control of the properties and release them from their dues, release them from their ownership. We could have told them, you can sell them, you can do whatever you want with them, but obviously anybody that purchases them would still owe us dues forever. There's no end in that. But we released them from that obligation as long as they turn the property over to us, demolished all the building off and everything. As of right now, those properties sit completely empty. And the question is, what are we going to do with those? Right now, we have no plans to develop them in any way. We haven't even taken over the properties officially. We went through some process trying to get some things sorted out. The owners have not completely transferred property over to us. They have tried to at this point, but there was some question as to how to legally get them transferred over. We're trying to do some stuff with quit claims, but the property is supposed to be transferred over to the homeowners association. If they don't transfer them over, then I guess we'll have to go back and reevaluate the settlement. So they're in the process of turning them over. Once we do get them, at that point the board would have to make a decision, what do we want to do with them in the future? I know the people who live near those properties have asked, can they buy them? And our response, or so far, has been, if you chose to buy them, you would owe us the dues on them. And then they've said, well, we're not going to develop them, and there's different reasons why they think it would work out better for them if they purchase them versus us just letting them sit there empty. But honestly, sitting there empty with the homeowners association owning the properties with the potential to sell them in the future to a developer who might want to come in and build stable homes on them, now that they know there was a property or an issue with the land, it's one of those things, if we own the land, why would we want to just give it up at this point? So we're going to take the property over as per the terms of the agreement for the settlement, and then the board will decide what they're going to do with it. So for now, I don't know what's going to happen in the future with those properties, but I don't see any plans. We're not going to build a playground or a park on them for multiple reasons, at least as of right now. There's parking issues. If people from all over the neighborhood wanted to travel to that part of the neighborhood so they could park and play on a playground or whatever, we could very easily end up with issues where the people who live on that street are saying, hey, I've always got these cars parked in front of me, and some people have asked us, can we put a dog park in there? There's liability with dog parks. There's the cleanup, and we can't get people to clean up their dog feces just walking through the neighborhood, let alone putting a place where we say, hey, bring your dogs and just let them run, and we throw a sign up and say, hey, would you mind cleaning up? I think that's one of those things that, as of right now, not on the table. So not planning to make a park there, not planning to make a dog park there, not planning to develop them in any way that I know of. That's kind of where we are. Right now, they're just more common area. We've got common area we own all over the neighborhood. We've got common area at the front of the neighborhood. We've got common area through the trees coming down Glen as you enter in. We've got common area around the pool, common area that goes around the outer skirts of the neighborhood, and then common area between a whole bunch of houses. So those two plots of common area are no different in any way than all the different green areas and common area we own throughout the neighborhood. So that's the short answer. If you have a different thought on it or something you think we should do with it in the future, I would say draft up that idea of what you think should happen with it and bring it to the board. If you're simply wanting to purchase the property, as of right now, it's not for sale, not by us, and it cannot be sold by the owners as per the terms of the settlement. They have to turn it over to us. Otherwise, they would end up back in a legal conundrum. So that's kind of where we are. As always, thanks for the questions, and hopefully this video helped fill in the answers that you needed. Thanks.